Let's just go on to the pre-market movers and levels.
Okay, well, the first pre-market stock is one that we've mentioned a few times in this segment. Our old friend TubeMogul, that's TUBE in the US as a ticker. This is an online media and marketing company. They fell 14% in normal trade yesterday, but bounced back after hours to rally 26.4%. As Q2 numbers showed a sharp rise in revenues, and the company guided higher for Q3. Now, I think part of the reason that they fell so hard in hours was that they were downgraded. Nonetheless, that's a remarkable
Heart attack inducing type of price action.
Absolutely, you have to be very brave to be trading that one. And then another stock that we mentioned in passing, at least in the last couple of weeks, Kraft Heinz, that's KHC in the US, $77.50, recently merged. I think the merger only completed at the end of July. They were down 1.66% pre-market, and reason being that the debut numbers, which they released yesterday, show a decline in sales at both Kraft and Heinz. The company also didn't offer any additional guidance, so it's a bit disappointing really, and you'd at least have expected the management to try and talk up the prospects, having only recently done the deal, but they didn't do that, and so the market's decided to vote with its feet. Again, I think perhaps this might be one that could come under a bit of pressure this afternoon, given the China story and probably the wider emerging market story as a whole.
Right, okay, well, and the levels on the major markets?
Okay, well, as you said, Zach, the bears have had the upper hand today, and in FTSE now we're looking at 66.55 on the downside, plays 67.50 to the upside. For the DAX, we're back to 11,380, plays 11,430 on the upside. US markets rallied yesterday in the face of Mr. Buffett's M&A activities, but we're looking now at 20.85 to the downside in the S&P, plays 21.05 on the upside, although I don't know that the upside level is in any danger of being tested this afternoon. And the Dow, 17,455 is our downside level, which we need to break to move lower, plays 17,640. You need to see a move above there if we're to make further gains. What has been interesting actually is that the China news has basically weakened the dollar on the day, or strengthened the hand of its trading peers. So euro dollar 109.85 now on the downside, plays 110.50 to the upside, and on all of these you'd think you'd fancy the upside could move sooner than downside. The antithesis of that, though, Aussie dollar, US dollar, where the Aussies are obviously much more dependent on China than even the US. So 72.98 now, the downside level in the Aussie, plays 73.46 to the upside. Dollar yen, fairly sanguine about the whole thing, to be honest. So 124.65 is our downside level. We still need to break 125.00 properly to the upside. We have tested above there intraday, but it hasn't been able to sustain that, so we'll leave the round number in place. And cable again strengthened nicely against the dollar today, so we're back to 155.50 on the downside, plays 156.16 to the upside, and again it's the upside level that looks likely to crack.